Here's why everyone needs to know this one mascara technique, which is better than applying false lashes. I first learned this technique from Ali Art, and I'm going to link her YouTube channel in the description box below. Step 1 is to curl your lashes, whether you're using this technique or any technique. I'm using the Sally Hansen curler, and I like to lightly warm up this curler before I use it. I have a heater beside me, and that's what I use to warm up my curler. But you can also use a hair dryer. Touch and feel and make sure it's not too hot, and then curl your lashes. Just like the curling wand that you use to curl your hair, if you don't heat up that curling wand, it's not going to hold the curl. This works exactly like that. With a lash curler, unless you heat it, it's not going to hold the curl. If you don't like to use a curler, there are other ways to curl your lashes, and I have a whole video on it, and I'm going to link it right on top. Next, of course, you'll need your mascara. The one that I'll be using today is the Ico Beach Waterproof Mascara. You can use any mascara. I'm using waterproof today because I'm going to be stepping out and I want this mascara to last the entire day. Normally, we would apply it all the way from the root to the tip. But with this technique, you're going to only apply it to the tips. What that's going to do is add length to your tips, and at the same time, because you're just applying it to the tips, your lashes won't become heavy. So it's going to add that length, it's going to stay curled, and it's not going to fall flat. Just that simple one coat added so much length, and it looks fantastic as is. Before the mascara completely dries, I like to separate out the lashes using a lash comb. I bought this off of Amazon, and I'm going to link it in the description box, but you can also use a spoolie. And just by adding that first coat to the tips and separating the lashes out, it's already looking so good. This is what I do on a daily basis. In fact, I use transparent mascara and I just apply it to my tips. While this is given good length, we will also add volume by adding a second coat of mascara, but this time we will go all the way from the root to the tips. So basically you're applying to the tips twice, but the root only once. And once I've applied the mascara, I like to press in my finger. That way my lashes know that it has to hold up the curl. And those lashes look luscious. One thing I will never miss is applying mascara to my lower lashes. That just gives that doll-eyed look and brightens up everything so much more. For the last step in the process, you see that flesh that's showing right underneath my lashes. I like to tightline and cover that up. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist pencil in the shade Graphite, which is basically a black eye pencil. I use a Q-tip to gently lift my lashes, and I only tightline closer to the lashes. I don't apply it to the inner waterline. That way I'm applying it to the dry part of my waterline, and that's not going to transfer to my lower waterline. And that indeed also gives you the thick lash band effect. And here's how the lashes are looking. This technique adds so much length and volume, and it stays this way throughout the day. In real life, I barely ever use false lashes. In fact, this is the technique that I use. As a comparison, let's see the before and after. That makes such a huge difference. On my left eye, you can barely see my lashes. You might wonder what would happen if you don't warm your lash curler and you curl your lash and then apply mascara like you would usually do from the root to the tip. Let me show you. Again, I'm using my Sally Hansen curler, but I'm not warming it up. And that does not hold the curl. And now I'm using the same mascara and I'm applying a pretty good coat all the way from the root to the tips. By now, the other side was already looking luscious, but I'm going to add a generous amount on this side as well. Because I'm applying mascara all the way from the root to the tips in the very first coat, my lashes are heavy. So it's really going to struggle to hold up that curl and it's going to fall flat. Even if you apply 2 or 3 coats, it'll add that volume, but it's not going to add that length. And you can obviously see the difference it makes. I hope you found this useful and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to check out Ali Art's wonderful YouTube tutorial, which is linked in the description box below, along with all the products that I used in this tutorial. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.